So, you're probably going to see a lot of videos on these knives, but Smoky Mountain Knife Works just released their Rough Rider Reserve series, and it's 3 knives as of right now. I'm hoping they'll do more, but for right now it's 3 knives. I bought one of them because I was only interested in one of them, and it's this Easy Open Razor Jack is probably what it's called. It's something like that, I think. It's got this cool shield that kind of reminds you of like a Northwood shield. And then it's got this, what they would probably call a razor blade with a easy open notch to get it open. This blade is a little bit more aggressive, so I think you could probably actually open this with one hand very easy on most objects like your pocket or your belt or whatever. So, you know, it's a real like one arm style blade. There's no nail nick because of the easy open notch. These Rough Rider Reserve knives have D2 steel, and they're pretty obviously made by somebody else. They're not made by the main Rough Rider factory. This knife's fit and finish is like perfect. It's kind of crazy. Like, the centering looks pretty good, although that's, like I said before in other videos, not something I really care about that much. There's no gaps between the back springs and the liners. The action on the knife is really good. Has a half stop. Walk and talk is good. Yeah, and this blade shape is really cool. You know, the razor or one arm blade. So yeah, this was the only one of the series of 3 knives that I was really interested in. And they come in D2 steel. There's also a like 3-bladed whittler and like a different take on like a canoe knife. These covers are called denim micarta. It's really well polished though, so it doesn't really feel like traditional micarta, but it does look cool. And it's got this little lanyard loop, which you might be able to get a strip of leather through. It is a pretty small lanyard loop. But yeah, so I don't know who's making these. I don't know if it's that brother company that Patty Potatoes Peelers is always talking about. I don't know if it's that that company, or if they found another really good Chinese company to make these. But they are made really well, it seems like. At least this one is. This is the first Rough Rider knife that I've got in a long time that I'm actually really happy with. There's no gaps, no fit and finish problems, no blade play. Knife's put together really well. It's put together better than a case knife. And I think, because this knife was like $40. The other two I think are closer to 50. So they're competing right around in there with case knives pretty much. So I think that's pretty much their goal, is to compete with case. Although these knives do, or at least this one is put together really well, better than most case knives. I wouldn't say that it's a competitor for Great Eastern Cutlery, because Great Eastern Cutlery is kind of a different thing. But the knife is put together really well. And I think this is actually a Rough Rider knife that I'm going to be proud to own. And everything. So yeah, D2 steel put together really well. These Rough Rider Reserve knives. They also come in this tin tube here. Kind of cool. You know, tin storage tube, and you get a cloth to wipe off your blade and everything, and the knife comes wrapped up in like wax paper, like a case knife or a Great Eastern Cutlery knife. Just kind of cool. I'm glad Smoky Mountain Knife Works started doing this. I think this one's going to be their most popular model out of the 3 for right now. I'm kind of hoping at some point they'll do a Barlow. Of course, I'm sure Tobias might try to get them to do a large toothpick. And I would be trying to get them to do a Daddy Barlow, but that probably won't happen. But it would be cool to see a regular Barlow in this Rough Rider Reserve series. I would definitely buy one. And maybe just like a traditional like Stockman knife. That'd be cool too. But anyway, if you're seeing these on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, I think this one's already sold out. But if you're seeing these Rough Rider Reserve knives and you think they sound interesting or look cool, this one's about perfect. So as long as, you know, other people start making videos on them, which I'm sure you'll see other videos on this knife and the other two coming out, because, you know, this is kind of exciting for us traditional knife people. I'm sure you'll see other videos on it. So as long as other videos match up with this video in saying that the quality is there, I would say, you know, go ahead and get one. But anyway, that's going to be the video on this Rough Rider Reserve one arm easy open razor jack thing, whatever they're calling it. I didn't look. I should probably look on the website or look on the order thing to see what they're actually calling it. In fact, I have it right here. What were they calling it? Easy open razor. Okay, so the easy open razor. But yeah, so, you know, check out these Rough Rider Reserve knives. They're pretty cool. That's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go before I start babbling randomly.